now, don't you? Wah! Well, tune this out. Wah!
Greetings, fellow mortals. Just a reminder saying it's just my opinion is for cowards. I've noticed a recent trend with big budget video games, starting with Monster Hunter Wilds, going to Pirate Yakuza, and ending on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Every single one of them starts out by throwing a kid at you and being like, hey, it's your job to take care of this thing now.
Check it out. Ready, Ike? Kick the baby.
Don't kick the goddamn baby.
Kick the baby.
Wah! Ow.
And you know what? This trope not only can work, it can work very well. One of the easiest ways to get an audience to care about a MacGuffin, meaning an object in a story that the characters care about, but the audience might not, is to associate the MacGuffin with an actual character. Star Wars had you care about the schematics for the Death Star by associating them with cute little robots that you automatically liked as soon as you saw them. And the Avengers made you care about the Infinity Stones by associating them with some of the main characters from the different films. Instead of going through the hard work of trying to make you care about an object in a fictional world that doesn't really exist, they instead connect the object with the health and well-being of the characters that you already care about.
I've only had Arlo for a day and a half. But if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Or the characters themselves could be the MacGuffins. There could be no object associated with them at all. You just care about them and the mission is to keep them safe. In instances like this, the characters that you care about are generally weaker and unable to defend themselves like the main character, who is a lot stronger and more capable. That way you can explain away the questions of, why doesn't this character take care of themselves? Are they stupid? Why should I care about someone so whiny and pathetic? It's a fine line to walk where you have to be careful not to make them too weak and pathetic, but not overly competent. Along with that, they can't get in the way and be a detriment in and of themselves, otherwise the audience will start to get annoyed with them.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
This is especially true with child characters. Using the examples that I've already given, just look at Monster Hunter Wilds versus Pirate Yakuza. Nata from Monster Hunter is completely and utterly annoying because he really doesn't do much, he gets in the way and he constantly whines. Meanwhile, Noah from Like a Dragon is helpful all the way through the story. Not only that, he's nice, he's compassionate, he's caring, he puts others first, he's not whiny, and he talks like an adult that's wise beyond his years. All of this adds up to make you like Noah better as a person than you do Nata.
This is brilliant, but I like this.
Now you might be arguing, well, you just admitted that Noah isn't exactly being written as a child. Nata is, and you are in fact right. Nata is a better written child, but Noah is a better written character. Even kids get easily annoyed by kids that are slightly younger than them. So imagine how easy it is to annoy an adult audience with a kid character who acts completely like a child. This isn't real life where you look at a kid and think it's cute how naive they are and how much they need help. No, this is entertainment, and if you make that happen in optional entertainment, reminding people of real life, they're going to get annoyed and they're probably going to start tuning out.
Don't try to talk me out of it. I'm sure it's completely... Nope, never again.
This is especially true about stories surrounding times of crises, specifically the apocalypse. Look at most of the characters from The Walking Dead or the kids from War of the Worlds. Does anyone really think that fondly of them? No? Not surprising. Compare them to Ellie from The Last of Us or Clementine from The Walking Dead game. The majority of people love those characters, especially Clementine, and the reason for that is that both of them aren't exactly written as children. They are a little bit immature and naive and they have a lot to learn, but still they're more mature and smarter than the majority of the adults you're going to have to interact with around the world.
Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day?
And okay, these are examples where the kids are animated and adults are playing them. But if you do have child actors being in these types of roles, at least be like The Quiet Place, where the kids obeyed their parents and didn't whine all the time. Kids can still be kids. They don't have to be unstoppable juggernauts who feel nothing. At the same time, if there is a crisis going on, they should probably be written to be quiet and understand that if they they make a lot of noise, the big bad aliens or zombies or robots or whatever is going to come and get them. A lot of the problems stem from the fact that writers use kids as an excuse. They act like brats in order to get the group into more trouble, which is just plain lazy writing.
Kids! I can't find the remote and I refuse to stand up!
So yeah, when you write child characters, you kind of just need to write really tiny adults. They can still be innocent and hopeful and naive. All of that is fine. It's just that they can't get in the way of the actual fun part of the story. And they can't be the ones that constantly get the group into trouble over and over and over again, because eventually the audience will just want that character to disappear. This is especially true for rated TVMA shows, rated R movies, and rated M video games. If it is catered to adults, then adults want to enjoy it without the annoyance of real life.
For 5 minutes. Could you not be yourself? For 5 minutes!
It's a fine line to walk, even if you make a character annoying on purpose. They have to be endearing and funny in order for it to work. They can't constantly be getting everyone involved in more trouble. If you do that, then everyone is going to despise that character. This is even true for children's entertainment. Look at shows like Rugrats, like Recess, like Dexter's Lab. There were annoying, irritating, bratty characters, but guess what? That was the point, because they were the antagonistic force.
I hate you!
The main characters, however, were just a little bit more mature. Sure, they had their weaknesses and flaws, but that's how you have to write every single character. They can't be perfect pictures of virtue. Yes, there are extremes of making someone so perfect that they're boring, or making them so annoying that you want them to disappear, but that is a giant 80% middle ground that you have to walk. Even sitcoms need to be aware of this. There's a reason why Full House lasted as long as it did and is still beloved, and Fuller House has just been thrown away into the bin of obscurity.
Really makes you think.
But there are no hard and fast rules. In fact, you can turn an annoying child character into someone beloved if you have good enough writing and good enough acting. Just look at Carl from The Walking Dead. He went from the thing that I hated most about the first couple of seasons to probably my favorite character until I eventually gave it up. And you know why. So there are 2 reasons to make an annoying child character. 1, to have an antagonistic force, and 2, to have an awesome character arc. But if you just throw an annoying kid at someone and say, hey, you're supposed to protect this, you're supposed to love this, you're supposed to care for this, and they have no reason to do so, and the character doesn't change at all, then you're just going to end up annoying the fan base.
Just look at the flowers.
Same thing with teenagers. You don't want to write teenage characters completely like teenagers, because no one likes teenagers. Teenagers don't even like teenagers. Teenagers don't even like themselves. This is why we have stories about interesting people going on interesting journeys, whether it be physical or mental, instead of, I don't know, just babysitting a kid and just staring at him for 5 hours. So basically, the entire point of this is if you're going to write a child character, you should strive to attain Clementine levels of greatness. I know it could be a daunting task. She's one of the best video game characters ever created, but it's what you should strive for.
Oh, it's so obvious. I would have never thought of that.
Another great example would be Aang from Avatar. He's definitely childish and likes to have fun, but it's understandable how he's trying to distract himself when, oh, I don't know, the weight of the entire world in a century-long war weighs down on his shoulders. Plus, you can easily track his growth from episode to episode, from season to season, from the very start to the very end. Or you can use the examples from the Stranger Things kids, or from Isha from Arcane. You can make child characters who aren't as competent as everyone else, but they just don't have to be annoying and bratty. They could be endearing.
Out of the way, you!
So like with most things in writing, you gotta look at what works and what doesn't work. You gotta strive to write Clementine and not Gabriel from The Walking Dead, because I swear I could not have thrown him away fast enough if I tried. I was patient and kind to that kid the entire time, and he still sold me out every single chance he got. Just like with Nata from Monster Hunter Wilds, just like with almost all the kids from every single Apocalypse story. I want them to go the way of Fuller House and to disappear forever. If you can't write child characters well, just write them as mini adults. It will save everyone a lot of grief. But what do you think? Am I completely wrong about child characters? Can you think of other examples of child characters that were just completely annoying? Please leave them down in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, if you disagree with everything I have to say, that is perfectly fine. After all, everyone's entitled to their objectively wrong opinion.
Shut up, you're so annoying!
Thank you all so much for watching.
You're still here?
Good night, everybody!
Thank you. You bye. Boom.
Do not despair.